Afternoon, YTPC. I hope you're all keeping well out there and keeping warm. If you've got snow, be careful out there. Don't do anything that you don't have to do. If you can put it off, put it off. Just don't put yourselves at risk. Well, that's my advice to you anyway. Whether you do it or not, it's entirely up to you. Can't control you, can I? Well, we were supposed to get snow today over here. We haven't had, well, a little bit of snow this morning. Nothing to write home about. It hasn't laid, thankfully. It's been very cold though. The night before last was -6, and last night it was -6 outside. The ground's rock hard. But as I say, we haven't had the snow what they were saying that it was going to be, unless it's going to come over later on. But we can't control the weather, can we? So we're just got to get on with it. Housekeeping. I'm smoking me Dr. Plum Quintex with some good old St. Bruno inside. And I've gone out, so... And I'm nearly to the bottom of the bottle now. I mentioned this pipe last week. I said I was going to smoke it more because I've been neglecting it, so I thought I'd better just give her a run out. I was just sorting these shelves out last night because there was a lot of tins. It's more, a lot of that. I think there's only about 4 tins what I've got tobacco in. The rest of them, it's just, they're all empty tins and it's just tin art more there. What they call it, smoking art or whatever you want to call it. But I had that many tins out, right, chucking out session. But I come across a couple of things, and you know, it's little things that bring memories back. I came across this knife. I like a lamb's foot one. And this was my grandfather's knife. What he used to smoke for his pipe. And you can see on the end it's a bit rounded off. And it's chipped. I remember when he dropped that, because he didn't have cuss, because he dropped it on the flags outside and he chipped it all off. But that was his pipe. That was his pipe. That was his knife. So yeah, and it stirs up some memories of your granddad, and you know, all those good times we had and what have you. It's just nice to have. And this knife was my uncle's, and this was his pipe knife, and they're both smoked. Makes me go a bit, but they both smoke Kendall Twist, and that's the end he used to cut his end of his twist off. He'd in his hand, he'd be cutting a bit off like that, and rocking it around in his hand and into his pipe, and that end he used to stir his pipe up with it. But still got quite an edge on it, that, you know. And I've never used it. I don't use it because I don't want to ruin it. We used to sharpen it on the stone on the side of the fireplace, and then roke his pipe out. But yeah, they both smoke Kendall Twist, and but yeah, my granddad, and my great grandfather, well known Dale's water diviners, and they used to get called upon many times if they was looking for drains in fields or looking for a spring, you know, underground spring or anything like that. And they're well known for it. And they used to use a hazel stick. And I've got, this isn't a hazel, it's just one I cut just to see if it would work. But that's what they used to use. Something like that. And they'd hold it like this with their arms tucked into the shoulders, you know, tucked into the shoulders like that. And you'd start to shake when they were getting near an underground water source. And it'd be going up, and then all of a sudden it would... I've snapped that because it's dry, but never mind, it's not a hazel one, it's too dry. But it would flip up or down, and where the water was. And yeah, they were very, 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 very well known for it. And there's a book somewhere. I think I've got it in that cupboard. Maybe should have got it out, about my great grandfather, and it's going back when they were looking back for that Tutankhamun's tomb, because of my great grandfather. he could detect precious metals. You know, like in fields and what have you, somebody dropped some jewellery and he'd go with this blooming hazel stick and he'd find it, and he got well known for it. Could he come and find this for us? Could he couldn't find that? And he was travelling all over Yorkshire. And anyway, whoever was looking for this tomb, they heard about this. Well, his name was Matthew Edward, and they got in touch with him and, would you come and help us find this tomb? And in the book, and I've heard this from me granddad and what have you, and going back, and they'd asked him to go, and he politely declined. It says, you know, due to ill health. That's what it says in the book, and that's what we got told. But the top and bottom of it was, he wasn't going on a boat because it might sink, and he wasn't traipsing all the way over there. And I think it was a fear of going in a boat and going over at sea. But that was my great grandfather. So he could have been famous. Well, he was famous in the water divining world, but he could have been that man who actually found it. But that's as true as I'm sat here. And my grandfather, he was another, you know, he could water divine. I've watched him, and he used to bite, and he used to shake when he got above a water source, and his whole body went, and sweat would be coming off him. But he always found it, and I've dabbled in it, and I can't, you know. And well, I suppose I haven't tried hard enough, but I suppose I should give it a proper go, because it might be getting, you know, I might have it in me. Just something I've never really tried. But yeah, he's just thinking there, looking at that when I've snapped that. My cousin years ago, probably again about 9, somewhere up 9, 10, we'd say because we used to keep, I always kept the water divining stick behind the drain pipe outside, because it hadn't to dry out, and that's why this is snapped, because it was inside and it was dried out. So, and we were fighting over it, and they got all to one side, I got all to the other, and this one's broken now, so we're pulling, and of course it snapped. Well, we just both looked at each other like that. Grandad will kill us. He'll kill us. So we kind of put it together, sort of thing, behind drain pipe, and we ran down to the woods. And we're looking all over up these hazel trees, looking for something to replace it. Anyway, we found this old bit of a. It was probably something like that. It was nowhere near what the other one was. And we put it behind the drain pipe and said, "Now about it." But I'll never forget my granddad coming out and me and him just absolutely thinking he's going to go ballistic. And he always looked at this water divining stick when he popped out, because he used to pop out, as they all did, to go and do what they had to do. And he noticed that stick was broken, and he absolutely hit the roof. That stick, how's that all of my water divining stick? I'll braid the backsides, and he's up with his he's up with his walking stick like that. I'll tan the backsides if I get hold of them too. And anyway, he knew when we had to own up to it, and he sent us down to the woods, and he says, "You go and cut as many as you can, and you bring them back, and I'll have to choose a new one." But it was special. Was that obviously special, that water divining stick, because he'd gone out and chosen it, but we'd broken it as kids. But yeah, it's that, you know, picking up that knife, just thinking there, you know, water divining sticks, and last night, and I just thought I'd mention it about these about the water divine, just like memories coming back. And this knife again brought back a memory. And I've put this in some of the comments, and I've told a few of you will have seen it. And I'm going back to what they both smoke was Kendall Brown Twist. And I was about 8-year-old, and 7 maybe, I don't know whatever. But I was a little lad in shorts, and I was supposed to be staying there overnight. And my Uncle Tom got up to the garage to go and do whatever he was doing, and he put his pipe back in his little brass holder. And I wish I had that, because I put my pipes in there, but never mind. And I got hold of his pipe, and I'm sat on the chair, on the settee in his living room, and I'm puffing on this pipe. And he comes in and says, "Hey, me lad, what's to do with my pipe?" And I said, "Well, I'm just keeping it going for you." I said, "I thought it'd be a nice idea so it didn't go out." And he says, "Oh, aye." He says, "Are you enjoying it?" I says, "Aye, it's grand, Uncle Tom, it's grand." And I'm puffing away on this pipe. And about puffing, I'm going to have to get this one going. And so I'm puffing on this pipe. And then my auntie, she was in the back kitchen preparing dinner. And she lands in and she says, "Hey, what are you doing with Uncle Tom's pipe?" I says, "Oh, so I'm just I was keeping it going for him, like." And my Uncle Tom had obviously looked at my aunt and given her a wink. And she sat next to me and she says, "Well, I think you better give it back now to your Uncle Tom." And I says, "No, just a couple more puffs," I says. I'll be all right. It's grand as this." And next thing about, I shot up, I threw the pipe at my uncle, and I went into that back kitchen, because I knew I wasn't going to make it up them stairs. And I ran into the kitchen, and more or less, how my legs carried me, I don't know, because I was over that kitchen sink, and I'm hanging on to the top like that, and I was as sick as a dog. My legs were going, my head was spinning, I thought I was going to pass out. And I just wasn't bad, and I thought, oh, it's all died off. Got sat back down. My Uncle Tom fired the pipe up again, set me off again. I'm headed upstairs this time, and I was just that bad. And my mother and father were at this wedding do, and I was so ill, they had to phone him because she was getting concerned about me. And I can still see this blue bucket now between my legs. And I was sat with that when my mum and dad came in, and my uncle said, "Well, there's the thing what's come out of this," he says, "that youth will never smoke again." He says, "I think he's learned a lesson here." He says, he'll never smoke again." Well, Uncle Tom. About finished that pipe anyway, but I said, "Right, Uncle Tom, but I'm enjoying a pipe just as much as you did all those years ago." But yeah, a little knife like that, it just triggers memories off, and it's good to hold those memories dear, and it makes you think. There's something. Oh yes, another thing as well. I was going to show you this last week. I bought this ages ago now. It's my backy pouch. And I got it from a company, I think they're in Germany, online, and they're called Gusty Leather. Gusty Leather. And the quality of these, the leather's as thick. They really are. Proper. Thick leather. And the inside, they're all lined with a nice, thick, rubber insert to keep your bucky in, like. They do different ones. This one has a zip inside to keep your filters or whatever you want to put in them. In the end, there's a spot to put your pipe in. Big strong zip, no plastic zips, are out like that, proper brass. And they're like magnetic studs on there, but by God, they hold. Right strong magnets, and it's the best pouch I've ever had. And I can highly, highly, highly recommend them. Just look at that leather, how thick it is. It's just absolutely... And the stitching, there's nothing coming apart there. But yes, it's my everyday top pocket carrier for me back here, my pipes and that. So yeah, I can definitely recommend those. But yeah, Gusty leather. I'll show it again just in case you missed it. But that's can you say there? Gusty leather. Gusty leather. And I think it was about, it wasn't a lot, and I don't, about 30 quid, but in fact it might not have even been that. But if it had been £30, I wouldn't mind paying £30 because the quality is absolutely, it's top notch. Top notch, absolutely top notch. So, well, we're up to what, 16 minutes now. I don't think there's hotels to rattle on about. It was just it was that cold outside, and I was having a cup of coffee, and I thought, well, I'm set, I'll do a quick video, but in my new mug. Right, I'll let you crack on. And oh, I found this the other week. Bob will like this one. Trucking Piper Bob. How do you like that one, Bob? Eh? Could be you and your dog out shooting that. Yeah, Zippo. Couldn't resist that one. Right, everyone, I love you and leave you. As I say, I'm going to go and feed these dogs now. And what time is it? 5. In fact, it's 4 o'clock. Another day shot by. Soon be the weekend for everybody. Right, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.